Billie Eilish once said that I'm supposed to be unhappy without somebody, but aren't I somebody? That quote has always stuck with me because you, my girl, need to learn how to get comfortable with yourself and stop being your worst enemy. Hi, I'm Preet. Welcome back to my channel. Hi. If you're new here, let me give you a quick introduction. Not gonna take much time. If any of these topics that you're seeing on your screen right now interest you, if you like watching such content, consider checking out my channel. Just go check it out. And if you like it, consider subscribing because that will make my day. Okay. Today's video is something really close to my heart. Stop hating yourself. Need to stop being a bully to yourself, because oftentimes we are the ones being our worst critics. And I hope till the end of this video you have few ways that you can start loving yourself instead of hating yourself, because that's the goal for this video. Is I want to tell you to be kinder to yourself. Learning how to not hate yourself and how to not be your worst critic is one of the best things and the best gifts that you're gonna give to yourself. And I'm really excited for this video. Watch till the end. One thing that has always stuck with me is that the world will become kinder once you start becoming kinder to yourself. And this is something I've learned from my own life. The world is not that cruel if you stop being so cruel to yourself, if you stop beating yourself after everything, if you stop being so harsh on yourself, if you stop being your worst bully. The world becomes sweeter when you become sweeter to yourself. Okay, when you are alone with yourself, the bond that you have with yourself should feel like a safe place, should feel like home, and should feel like a blessing, not a confinement or not like a lonely place. There are a few ways that you can be kinder to yourself. What is the language that you are using on yourself? Oh my god, this makes so much sense. Okay, hear me out here, girls, because this is really important. Listen to how you're talking to yourself. Oh my god, I'm so ugly. Oh my god, looking so bad. Don't click my photo. I look gross. How bad is the photo coming? You are literally putting yourself down. You are yourself telling yourself that I look bad in all the photos. I cannot have a good photo. You are assuming that you're going to have a bad photo. That again tells your brain that, oh my god, I only get bad photos because I don't look good. How many times were you the one screaming and criticizing everything that you were doing, not the other people? Sure, other people have opinions on yourself, but how many times has it been that you are the one criticizing your work, criticizing yourself, being harshest to yourself? You need to stop that. You cannot hate yourself into becoming better. You literally cannot. You know now that if you are like being constantly taunting somebody, that is not a good way that the other person is gonna learn. The same goes with yourself. You're constantly pressuring yourself and taunting yourself to do better, and that you are such a pathetic fool, that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you are such a stupid person. It's not gonna work better. Okay, you're not gonna motivate yourself into thinking better. Okay, it does not work. Research literally shows that taunting and pressurizing does not work. It does not work on yourself either. Change your perspective from should to I get to, I have to I get to, I want to. This is very important. I used to say I should do this, I have to do this, I get to do this, I want to do this. It changes the way that you are talking to yourself. It changes the way that you look at your things. Okay, because these things matter. Okay, because the minute that you tell I should do this, it's like putting pressure. I get to do this, it's like it's more gratitude based. Be empathetic and uplifting towards yourself. Be positive towards yourself, because all around you are encouraging people, uplifting people. If your friend is talking to you, you are not telling, oh my god, you are a fool, you cannot do anything right, you always do this, you are always so stupid. That's how you talk to yourself. But you don't talk to your friend like that, because you know it's not gonna help them. So why are you doing that to yourself? Stop doing that. Instead, be empathetic, be kind to yourself. Okay, it's okay if you've made a mistake. You cannot keep going out being the biggest encourager of your friends, being the most encouraging person in your friend group while being your worst critic. Stop doing that. Start uplifting yourself, start encouraging yourself, become your own goddamn cheerleader. Oh my god, this is the best thing. Become your own cheerleader, because literally that will change your life. Third one is something that you might not agree with me, and a lot of people may have opinions about it, but I really genuinely believe that is that most of your insecurities are your own doing. Sure, other people's remarks and courses, and their snide remarks may have started it. But whatever remarks there were said and whatever insecurities that you have that were pointed out by other people, you were the one who validated it with constantly repeating itself, constantly giving it proof to prove it right. All that insecurity, you were the one who gave it proof. You were the one that validated it. You were the one that kept repeating it again and again in your head. We were the ones who constantly internalized whatever other people and other people's opinions and perspective about us. If you stop fueling it with proof and instead counter attack it with counter proof, okay, if somebody said that your nose is too big, instead of fueling it with constantly looking at your nose at how big it is and how small other people and constantly comparing with other people who have smaller nose, you can focus on counter attacking that the nose's purpose is not to be small, it's to breathe, it's to suit your face type. Your nose is something that comes from your family. It's a legacy of your family. It might be similar to your mom or your dad or your grandparents, maternal or paternal, somebody. It matches with somebody and it shares a legacy with your family. Or your nose is supposed to be perfect for your face and nobody else, and its size is not really matters much as long as you are breathing. It gives you the power to smell beautiful fragrances. Instead, what we do is we compare it constantly with other noses that are seemingly perfect. We search about what our perfect nose is. We constantly zoom out on pictures and see, oh, my nose is so big. You see the difference, love? Fourth is stop criticizing yourself in your photos, videos, voice notes. This is something I used to do very recently also. I came to realize and I was like, oh damn, what the hell am I doing? How many photos of yourself have you looked at and cringed? How many voice notes have you listened of yourself? Like if you've sent a friend a voice note and you've listened to it, it's like, oh my god, it's so cringe. Why are you calling yourself cringe? Why are you looking at zooming your photos and saying, oh my god, this is so ugly? Why are we doing that? No. We need to stop doing that. We need to internalize that we are not gonna let this perspectives of what is perfect get the best of us. Instead, make it a moment and make it about feelings, make it about what you were trying to express. So no more cringing at your voice notes, no more saying that I look bad in photos, I sound weird in videos, I look weird in videos. No, you don't. You look like yourself, and that's beautiful, my love. Learn to prioritize yourself, my god. Learn to prioritize yourself, your wants, your needs, your self-care. Greater. Prioritize your happiness, what makes you happy, your peace, things that are important to you, values that you value. Because the minute that you start prioritizing yourself, you are telling yourself that I am important enough in my life. I am important enough in my life to give that priority. You only give priority to people who are important to you, and you are supposed to be the most important person in your life, because if you are not there, nothing else matters. If you give yourself priority, you give yourself more importance, thereby telling yourself that, okay, I matter. My happiness matters. What I want matters. What my needs are matter. Your happiness, your peace matter. Start speaking to yourself as a child who is scared. Anytime that you're being harsh to yourself and you're screaming, your thoughts are screaming at yourself, it's basically your inner child who is scared and is screaming to get your attention. This is something I came to realize myself, and I think it's beautiful. Because the minute that you start talking to it as a person who just wants your attention, when you are being harsh to yourself, your inner child is basically trying to convince you, because you have ignored them for long enough. You have ignored them long enough, and to get your attention, they are being harsh to you. If you don't really want bad for yourself, every time you're being harsh to yourself, it's basically protecting you from something, and it can be a useful way that you try to find out what you are trying to protect, what are you actually scared of, and work on that instead of being harsh to yourself for no reason at all. So talk to yourself as a little child in you that is just scared and is asking for your attention. Or learn to speak to yourself as you are talking to a friend or as your own child. Would you really be talking like you are talking to yourself, like to your own child? No, right? You won't. Don't do that to yourself then. Where you find flaws in yourself, you need to learn how to find beauty in yourself, okay? Because when you look at yourself, you cannot directly see flaws. If you are seeing that, okay, you have basically spent so much time focusing only on the flaws. Now it's about time you replace all the time that you spent focusing on your flaws, spend all the time focusing on your beauty and your beautiful futures and, beautiful qualities about yourself. Find beauty in yourself. Instead of flaws, find beauty instead of flaws. Last but not the least, because I always have a lot to say. I'll always keep blabbering. I always have a lot to say. And now, last but not the least, what I mean to say is last but not the least, is learn to build self-respect for yourself. How you do that? Say no when you want to. If you are truly uncomfortable or it's causing you discomfort, learn to say no. It's uncomfortable. It's never pleasant to say no to anybody. Is it for me yet? No. But does that mean I will sacrifice myself, my peace, my happiness and what I want to do what other people want me to do? No. Because I respect my time. I respect myself. So learn to build self-respect for yourself, and how you do that is learn to say no. Stop letting anybody or everybody have access to your time and energy. Love, your energy is sacred. You, my love, are sacred, and not everybody gets to have an access to you. That's how you build self-respect. Do not let everybody who's not worthy of your time and energy have your time and energy. No. Be choosy. Be specific in who you are spending your time with, who you are giving your energy to, who you are giving your time to. Be freaking choosy with letting people in your life. Because not everybody can have access to you. Otherwise, what's special about you? If, sacred things are protected, important things are protected, same like that, you need to protect yourself. Show respect to yourself. Not everybody deserves your time, your energy. Stop letting people walk all over you. Stop let people take you for granted. If you take me for granted, you lose access to me, and that is your loss. Stop letting other people define you for you. You get to set the narrative for yourself. You decide who you are, not other people around you, not people around you. A lot of times people would put labels on you that are actually not you, but you just accept it because they are saying it. No. You get to define yourself. They don't get to. So that is basically it for this video. I really hope you learned something from it. I really hope that you feel better about yourself, and honestly you stop hating yourself a little bit, at least after this video. And if this video helped you even a little teeny tiny bit, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, anything and everything. I would love to have a chat with you in the comment section. So comment anything and everything. Like, share, subscribe guys, please do that. I spend a lot of energy and I spend a lot of time making these videos, and I love it. But for me to keep doing that, subscribe please. I'll bring more fun videos and engaging videos for you. Okay, I'll keep doing that. So subscribe. And with that, that's all. You know I love you, right?